be empowered by the order of your Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, to do so. With full faith in his order, you gave your life and your heart, providing access to the transcendence, to Goloka Vrindavan, to the transcendental realm of Krishna, through the holy name and Srimad Bhagavatam and all the rest that ISKCON offers the world. The root cause of suffering is ignorance, you declared boldly. All that removes ignorance is your abundant and perpetual gift. The willingness to open our hearts and receive that gift is entirely in our hands. By your mercy, we feel confident that in this very lifetime we can access the fullness of your gift, graciously extended to us, however unqualified we may be by worldly yardsticks. You openly declared to one and all the most effective key to returning to our eternal service mood to Krishna, entering into the mood of service to his holy name. Here is an example. One is understood to be an eternal servant of the Supreme Personality of Godhead if he considers himself an eternal servant of the holy name, and in this spirit distributes the holy name to the world. The holy name becomes manifest when one engages in the service of the holy name. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adilila 8.16 purport. In your Bhakti Vedanta purports, you gave the world the Yuga Dharma along with the comprehensive Sambandha Jnana. In this way, the ignorance of Kali Yuga is being dissipated by the light of the Bhagavata and Krishna's holy name. Only with the shelter of the proper understanding of Krishna Tattva can the fullness of the name be experienced. You have given us everything. With abundant gratitude, may we fully accept your gifts, and then, reposing our full faith in you, generously extend the same gifts to others and become fearless. The desire to serve you literally forever, regardless of favorable or unfavorable circumstances, has been deeply and indelibly embedded within the core of my heart by your divine grace. This dedication to your service and to the service of Nama Prabhu will never leave me. Kindly accept my prostrated obeisances again and again, aspiring for your eternal service, your humble disciple, Prabhupada Swami. Now I invite His Grace Panduranga Gopal Das Prabhu to read the offering given by His Holiness Radhanatha Swami Maharaj.
नमामि विष्णु पदाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी इति नामने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे. Dear Srila Prabhupada, I sincerely offer my life at your holy feet. Today I am remembering you. I am reflecting upon your room at Shri Radha Damodara temple in Vrindavana. I heard that you once said this room is your eternal home. When you first resided there in the early 60s, it was simple, small room with crumbling stone, mud walls and an austere Indian bed with crisscross ropes as a mattress. In the seclusion of early morning, you would sit on the floor behind a low wooden table. In the light of an oil lantern, you clicked away a manual typewriter, translating Srimad Bhagavatam and composing purports destined to be distributed by the millions and become the basis of worldwide movement. Across a public courtyard was your kitchen, a small oblong room where you cooked your own meal by squatting on the earthen floor and placing clumps of coal into the side of a rustic clay cooker. Years later, in Los Angeles, devotees offered you a spacious, beautifully furnished residence. There, assisted by thousands of followers, you translated with a state-of-art dictation machine and had expert cooks eager to prepare meals for you. One day, while sitting in the elegance of your new rooms, you shared your heart with a devotee. I am feeling separation from my home in Vrindavana. You have seen my room at Radha Damodara temple. I am looking to return there, but for me, that would be sense gratification, because my Guru Maharaj wants me to spread Lord Chaitanya's message all over the world. Srila Prabhupada, your ecstatic love for Guru and Gauranga and your limitless compassion for all beings from the true foundation of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Still, it is your humble nature to attribute your success to all the devotees who assist you. This year, Shyamachandra Prabhu, one such devotee who served several years as your personal secretary, released the first volume of his memoir, Chasing Rhinos with the Swami. A little background of how this book came into being is inspirational. A few years ago, Shyamachandra Prabhu was on the verge of death due to liver cancer. Only an immediate liver transplant could save his life. When the message was released, Gopinath Prabhu, who lives in India and had never personally met Shyamachandra Prabhu, asked his wife, Parijata Devi, for her blessings to risk his life and go through the painful ordeal of donating a major section of his liver. Their child Rasanath was 1 year old. With tears of gratitude, she said, "Please do it. You may never again have such a special opportunity to please Srila Prabhupada." In this very real expression of love, we see how you are living in the hearts of the devotees and will continue to do so generations after generation. Coming out of that difficult surgery with a new window in his life, Shyamachandra Prabhu is offering his heart to sharing your pastimes with the world. Armed with the holy name of Krishna and the philosophy and culture of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you are freely giving the essence of Dharma, Prema Bhakti. By your words and examples, you are teaching us how Bhakti is to be practiced with a truly simple heart, simply to please Guru and Krishna, without selfish desire, arrogance, or the will to control. Thank you, Srila Prabhupada. You are the light of our lives. You are light of our lives as you beckon all souls back home, back to Vrindavana, the realm of eternal love. Your fallen and unworthy servant praying for your mercy. His Holiness Radha Swami Maharaj.
So, can I see a show of hands at this thing? Who would like to say any words of expression of your love for Srila Prabhupada? If I can see the number of hands, then accordingly we can hear. Nirendra Prabhu, Stoka Krishna Prabhu, Yogi Nandan Prabhu. Anybody else would like to say?
I would like to read.
Yeah, just what, yeah. And His Grace Balaram Prasad Prabhu will be, is there a writing? Word, yeah. But Prabhu will be reading His Holiness Jayapadada Swami Maharaj's offering. After that, we will, can I see that show of hands again? How many? 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, okay, 6 of us. So, would you like to say something? Yeah, about 7 of us. So I think maybe when we are reading, should we set up this or yeah? But after Balaram Prasad, yeah.
As Mataji said, Srila Jayapadak Maharaj is not feeling well. He's in hospital for a few months. So maybe he did not get a chance to update that book, probably. But there is one offering which was done before. Dear Srila Prabhupada, please accept my respectful obeisances. All glories to previous acharyas. When Lord Chaitanya visited his Guru's birthplace, he ate the earth from that place and took some of the earth and kept it in his cloth. Thus, he taught how important one's relationship with a Diksha Guru is. You were very merciful. You took time to instruct and listen, even though my questions were foolish, and you engaged us in devotion service. It was predicted in the Brahma Vaivarta Purana that someone would come after 5,000 years and would spread the Harinam all over the world. This was also confirmed in the Chaitanya Mangala, where Lord Chaitanya said that after 500 years, he would send someone who would preach in the countries where he did not preach. So all these predictions from the Shastras indicates your divine grace, who has come to give us the mercy of Harinam. Later, Bhaktivinoda Thakur also predicted that someone would come who would easily go from one country to the next and spread the Harinam. Moreover, His Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur predicted that the next disciple would cross the ocean to spread the Harinam Sankirtan and would bring to Navadvip Dham many foreigners who would engage in the Navadvip Parikrama and would embrace the local devotees. He also wrote you a personal letter saying that if you preach in the Western countries, it would be very good, and that it would be good for those who help you too. So you are engaging us in helping you, even though we are not able to do so, and everyone for the next 10,000 years can participate in serving you by helping in spreading this Sankirtan movement and being a part of ISKCON society, which you said would prove that we will love you. Few of many people have been predicted about in the Shastras as you have been. I can't think of anyone else who can fit the description of the personality predicted by the Shastras. You have come to fulfill these predictions and you are engaging even us somehow. So we should be very grateful to you. But our nature is to be very proud, filled with qualities of Kali. By your mercy, we can cross over the ocean of nuisance and engage in the pure devotion service. Your mercy is unlimited. You are taking the mercy of Nitai Gaura and distributing it all over the world. What can we say? Srila Prabhupada, you are so wonderful, and all we can try to do is to encourage people to engage themselves in your service. All glories to His Divine Grace is your insignificant servitor, Jayapatak Swami. Hare Krishna.
Nirandara Prabhu, you can come.
Hare Krishna. So while we were setting up Srila Prabhupada for Abhishek, we were just making some comments. And someone asked, have you seen Srila Prabhupada? I said, not physically. But come and think about it, I think I did. Because what Srila Prabhupada taught about, if you want to know me, just read what I have written transcendentally. So, I first really met Srila Prabhupada in the 70s. early 70s, mid-70s, right when I first received his soft-bound Bhagavad Gita book. And I went through it. Even though before that, I was going through strongly by Vivekananda and Paramahamsa Yogananda. When I reached Srila Prabhupada's soft-bound Bhagavad Gita, in my room, I just slide everything back. Even though at that time I was preparing to enter the United States of America because I had two elder brothers there. But the Sasavik Maharaj, I was already in ISKCON because they had opened up one household area in the Palestine area. But so fast forwarded, when I came to America, I ended up in Los Angeles. And within the first week there, one of my service was to look at the Srila Prabhupada room, which you are talking about in Los Angeles. And it was extremely elevating because I happened to know him, because I have gone through his soft-bound Bhagavad Gita. And not only that, in those days initiation was 6 months. But as we have known for one who lives in temple, they looked at the disciples, their first communion devotees, and said, wow, this guy is fired up. Although I was living in temples back in Trinidad because I grew up among Hindu temples. So fast forward, the point is, I was given initiation earlier than a lot of people thought. But the whole thing about it is, when I joined Srila Prabhupada mission, today, the next day I was in the street distributing his books. And that was Srila Prabhupada most, because distributing Srila Prabhupada books meaning every town and village will really get to know him. So that was strong, even up to today. I never go away. In my vehicle, all Srila Prabhupada books are there. So distribution of Srila Prabhupada books never stops with me. But more seriously, Srila Prabhupada talk about initiation. For those of us who have been initiated, if you really want to elevate yourself spiritually, like Prabhupada never really pointed out that way, but when Prabhupada talk about, for those of us who have time, please chant Hare Krishna. And that is serious. And when we deep look into Srila Prabhupada, because the chanting of the holy name is Krishna is speaking to you regularly. Not a conversation with the individual and spiritual soul. And for those of us who regularly chanting the name of Krishna can get some feeling about it. So the point again is that Srila Prabhupada went through some tough time. Even spiritually, it was not really tough for him. But we know he went through, but he'd really go through. Srila Prabhupada instructions from his Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, as Bhaktivinoda Thakur has chastised so much of the people who follow Bhagavad Gita in India, because for what they lead their life into, they actually draw these books away from them in a way, which a lot of us know that in following history of Bhaktivinoda Thakur and Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati. Srila Prabhupada, when we get instructions from his Guru Maharaj to come west, everybody in India know that. Because when anything happens in India, I have been to India many times. He's from Calcutta. And for those of us who are from Calcutta, or any part, especially Vrindavan, oh, this girl is going to America. What are you going to America for? This is the kind of gossip you will hear going on. I know it because I've been and I look, I walk, I live among devotees in Vrindavan because I spend many times there. I spend many times in his home when he was translation. So the point I'm making is lastly is that, could you imagine not one person, young or old, come to help the old sadhu? Oh Prabhu, let me give you a transportation to Delhi. So you don't have to strain yourself. And even after today, we should learn a lot. Not only from India, because every town and village. So the point is, sometimes I make some comments. Srila Prabhupada, myself living in Los Angeles, I advanced myself. There was a lot going on. Like example, yesterday we had a big celebration. In LA, I went through big, gigantic celebration. And it was endless work. But the main important thing in celebrating Krishna Janmashtami or any celebration, we work hard to do all the decoration, but the best part of it is when we do the final clean up. That's the best part of any ISKCON decoration or into big, Krishna Janmashtami, and anyone follows. So the point is, I have been through a lot with Srila Prabhupada, especially I spent a lot of time in his room. I spent a lot of time distributing his books. And those things are elevating. But most important is when you take the Guru's instructions. And when I say Guru, I'm talking about all the initiation Guru to anyone. Hopefully, or hoping they all follow Srila Prabhupada seriously. Otherwise, those and the devotees also, because if they don't, elevation will be stagnant. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
So, for those of you all who don't know me, my name is Stoka Krishna Das, and today I'd like to share a couple real life examples. I'm an emotional guy, so please forgive me. This goes back to 1986, when I was ready to come to the US. A friend of mine came and asked me, he said, hey, let's go to Mayapur. I had no knowledge what Mayapur was all about. And he said, no, there is an ISKCON temple there that is really, really nice, and the founder has made this temple, so please come. So I was so ignorant, I surpassed that opportunity and just had it on here. So in 1986, when I came here, I had no knowledge of Krishna consciousness, and I don't claim that I know a lot, but all I can tell you is this, that from 1986, I got married in 88, we got children, and in 1997, we came into contact with His Holiness Srila Maharaj, and I can tell you that his unflinching faith in Srila Prabhupada is what I could not understand and I could not relate. When I went to him one day and I said, Maharaj, I cannot relate to Srila Prabhupada. Me and my wife went to him and we said, we've never met him. We don't know how to relate to him. So you know the instructions he gave me? He said, so that time I was not initiated, but he said, have you read the Leelamrita? I said, no. He said, please go down. It was in Kishore Kishori temple. He said, please go down and try and get this book. So we went down and got the book. And for those of y'all that have not read it or have read it, My humble request to you all is please read that book. It is a very easy read. It is very important for all of us to relate to Srila Prabhupada, and the one way that you can relate is you can see the sufferings, the sacrifice that he made to get Krishna consciousness to us on a silver platter. What we have is so easy, but still there are thousands and millions of people who really don't take up to this. So my faith in Srila Prabhupada has really transformed my life, not only my life, my children's life, my whole generation, and I'm very grateful and thankful. So all I can say is Srila Prabhupada has really, I give you an example from Lilamrita for those of you all who read it, that he did not have even 25 paisa to go to the printer to get the Back to Godhead magazine printed. And when he used to go, I think his name was Om Prakash, I don't know his last name, I don't remember that, but he said, Prabhupada, have you eaten breakfast? And Prabhupada would be quiet. And that Om Prakash would know that Prabhupada is not eating breakfast because he couldn't afford it. He would walk 5 miles to get this book printed, which he had so much faith. And look at all his disciples. Look at Radhanath Maharaj, Swami Maharaj. Look at Jayapataka Maharaj. Look at Prabhupada Maharaj. All these disciples, we've got a hidden treasure. All we need to do is take the process. It is very simple. And I can tell you from practical experience that it is a process. It is not something that is a race. You don't have to compete with anybody. You are doing this with, you have to do endeavor, and you must have faith. And you have to follow the process, whether you like it or you don't. And I can tell you this, that if a person like me can be transformed, who was compromising couple or two or three of those principles that we have, I tell you, if I can change, anybody can change. So it is all the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, and we should be grateful. That's all I have.
Please come.
I would like to make one comment, just quickly. Vishnu Krishna Prabhupada said, many times I meet devotees, and the first thing I ask, how well you know Srila Prabhupada? And they look at me. They have you read Srila Prabhupada? What we can't understand. They look at me, and I spoke to them. Have you get into Leela Amrita? And this, no. But Srila Prabhupada didn't written that. Who written it? Srila Prabhupada did not have time to physically written that book. But on the beach and every walk, what Srila Prabhupada talk about? And for anyone, Prabhupada said, for anyone who have not get into Leela, because I really went into these deep colors, you will find something that make you smile all day long. Keep quiet.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, it's very difficult to talk about Srila Prabhupada, just like how Sri Krishna Prabhu said. I get very emotional on my way I was driving towards, and I was thinking what to talk or what to share, and I was getting emotional. It's very difficult. But I will quickly try to share 2 points about Srila Prabhupada that genuinely touched my heart. First, I would like to appreciate Prabhupada's genuinity in his books. Initially when I started my Krishna consciousness, we used to attend Bhakti Riksha in Seattle, and we used to read Prabhupada's books. And Prabhupada was just straightforward, lucid, and he used to just anything not directly relating to pure bhakti, he used to just call scientists rascals and mudas, and it was very difficult for me to initially accept it, because my maternal uncles, they used to be research professors, and it was very difficult for me to take it. And even one of my friend who I invited for the Bhakti Riksha, his sister was a scientist, and whenever we read something where Prabhupada used to call them mudas and rascals, we used to have so much of fights and tug of wars, and he finally left the Bhakti Rickshaw. But then slowly, as I kept reading Prabhupada's Bhagavatam, especially the Bhagavatam introduction, so amazingly he has presented, the genuinity of pure bhakti, and that just really bought me. And as I kept reading Prabhupada's books, I could really appreciate, Prabhupada was so bold in just presenting, the Krishna conscious philosophy. He didn't care to make any concessions, just straightforward, calling scientists or anybody against. And I couldn't initially appreciate it, but that was one genuine thing which I wanted to appreciate about Prabhupada, which really transformed my heart. And the second one which I wanted to share was the genuinity of the disciplic succession which Prabhupada brought to all of us, and he gave to all of us. I'm genuinely thankful for it. And anytime I sincerely pray to Prabhupada, via the disciplic succession, you really feel there is a transformation in heart. So the genuinity of unbroken disciplic succession, and I'm very thankful and grateful to Prabhupada for giving us that connection to this unbroken disciplic succession. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. I want to stay cool and talk a little, otherwise it's hard. So I just want to reflect on the first verse of Guru Ashtagam, and that is, the ocean of mercy of Krishna is out there, but without the spiritual master, we are not going to taste any of that. The spiritual master brings the cloud, that ocean water as clouds into your life and literally cools you down. So that is how we are able to experience the mercy of Krishna, which is actually there. So this I experienced very much after coming into contact with Premanand Mataji some 25 years ago, and she took me there. And I was like, you can only take the horse to the water, not make it drink. So I was such a dumb. But Premanand Mataji really instilled in me, there is nothing but Krishna's mercy that is the answer for all your troubles, I was very much a crybaby. Somehow I happened to become one. Though I was raised in a very loving environment in my house, and it was very Krishna conscious, my parents very much believing, but somehow nothing was satisfying me, giving me happiness. I was so highly educated, so-called, but only after coming to contact with Srila Prabhupada's ISKCON, my crying became a little bit, stopped. I was able to even get a taste of the Anandamaya Vyasa. That is, you get a taste of the bliss that Krishna wants us each to experience. And it also made me experience what Chaitanya Shishastakam, the second line, what it says, third line, Sreya Kairava Chandrika Vitaranam. That is, this process of chanting gives us the cooling rays of the benediction moon of Krishna's mercy. That is an amazing fact. Because of the beautiful words in which it is wrapped, you may not really get to know it immediately, but I really felt this chanting is really like the cry of a child for its mother, and it has the capacity to quieten it, to shelter it, and to make it fearless in this most troubled world. And thanks to Srila Prabhupada, who has made it all over the world, and he, teaching Bhagavad Gita, he taught how to apply that. This is a laboratory manual for us. How to apply, that is simply offer water and fruit and flower to Krishna, and he took it to the point, you only eat what you have given to offered to Krishna. In this big world stage, he taught that lesson in so many countries. I cannot understand, I cannot begin to appreciate Srila Prabhupada's greatness for the entire life of mine. Thank you all very much for listening. Hare Krishna.
Dear Srila Prabhupada, please accept my humble obeisances. To write an offering to you, I wasn't sure how to start or where to start, because my life is your benediction. There's nothing else in my life other than serving your movement. As mentioned in Bhaktivinoda Thakur Sharanagati songs, Kripa Bindu Diyo, the Gurudev Bhajan, Kripa Bindu Diyo, and Yogyata Vichara Kich Nahi Paave. I have no qualification even to be part of this movement, but it's your mercy. I came into this movement and I learned what is the actual spiritual life, what is the importance of spiritual life. Whatever my life before coming into ISKCON, I feel that was useless. I was reading Srimad Bhagavatam from past 2 years, every single day. I couldn't stop myself appreciating each time when I'm reading a purport. Each purport has a variation. One day I was thinking, how is it possible for a person to write so many cantos, so many shlokas, purports, if it was not empowered by Lord Himself? So whatever we are hearing or reading from your books, the purports, this is all directly coming from Krishna. That's how I feel when I'm reading the purports. The Srimad Bhagavatam changed my entire life, how to look at my life, how to progress in spiritual life. I couldn't stop myself reading Srimad Bhagavatam. As I'm reading more, I feel like reading more. Not only myself, the people who are attending the call also, so many people's lives have changed. Even sometimes I was getting surprised. How is this possible? Because I heard so many times, it's mentioned and I heard in so many lectures, it is a magic weapon, and I have seen that magical effects coming into my life and others people's life. I am so much indebted to you for all those purports, all those books. I couldn't imagine why we were staying up all night just sleeping a couple of hours. Now I realize why you had given us this time, so we all could read those books and learn and spread this message. Last year I went to India. I was thinking I will go to a temple and do my chanting nicely. So I went to a temple, I started my chanting. After 3 rounds the altar was open, it was a Balaji temple. I used to be, when I was a kid, I used to be very much connected with that temple. So with the same expectations I went there, and when I went to the darshan, I was taking the prasadam. the pujari came and he gave me the prasadam. One pujari is reading a newspaper in the Garbhagudi, next to the Garbhagudi at the entrance, and another pujari is using his mobile phone. That day I felt an amazing thing happened, or the gift that I received from you. It's the fortune or not my previous life credit or anything. It's only your mercy and Guru Maharaj's mercy. I was appreciating our process. What we have is a treasure chest. We don't even know that we have this treasure chest, and there is so much to take from. On that day I realized I'm in the right process, and you have given us the mechanism how to improve our sadhana, what is the hearing and everything. All we have to do is just follow what you have given us and we will be able to be successful. I heard sometime in one of the lecture I heard that, I'm giving you a pass for Golok Vrindavan, boarding pass. All you have to do is come with me and follow the 4 regulative principles. When I heard first time, I was thinking like, come on, that's like, somebody saying it's too strong. But after so many years, after 14 years or 15 years of life, now I realize where that strength was coming when you are saying that here I have the boarding pass. Yes, I believe there is a boarding pass, and Srila Prabhupada, you are giving us that boarding pass for Golok Vrindavan. Yesterday we had this Janmashtami festival, and all the visitors came. It was a great success. But this is all your inspiration, how to identify a skilled person and how to engage them and support them wherever it is needed. And this is all just one vision. It started from one person in Naperville, but today, it grown so much. All those people, when I'm seeing, just with one person who got inspired, if he could do so much, there is a lot more in the world. And please bless us that I keep reading the books, I keep taking the inspiration and spread the message for all the spiritual lives out there. Thank you so much, Srila Prabhupada.
I just want to share something real quick.
Okay, yeah, that's it.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Maharaj. I was just, when Sloka Krishna Prabhu was sharing about Lilamrita, I recently started reading Lilamrita, and after Sundays, we had a very big celebration. I was part of that cleaning team, and I went home late night. I was tired. I was having a lot of negative feeling why I have to do this. But I couldn't sleep. So I took Lilamrita. It was exactly the same chapter what Prabhu was mentioning about Prabhupada. And then I slept, and in the morning all the negative feelings went there. And I felt like I'm just spending a penny for unlimited wealth. What I'm doing here.
Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you all for sharing your realizations. This is just 2 minutes. First of all, I wanted to thank you all devotees who have been trying to serve this Srila Prabhupada's institution here in Naperville so tirelessly. There are so many of you, and it was a great realization just looking around during these past 2 days. I know a good number of devotees serving Srila Prabhupada and this institution according to their capacity in so many different ways. I'm sure all of you felt extremely happy witnessing that, right? So, Srila Prabhupada had, I remember some of you when you were sharing your realization, Srila Prabhupada did not build this institution without any struggle, but he never took that as a struggle because he was doing it for Krishna. And he taught us also, through his writings and through his teachings, how to do it for Krishna without any kind of hard feelings in our heart. But challenges do come, and particularly I'm addressing it to Sumangala also and my god sister. Managing anything, any project, it has its own challenges. Do you think it is easy to do the cleanup service? Is it easy to do the fundraising? Is it easy to do the festival organization or anything for that matter? Srila Prabhupada also, during his time, you can see in Leelamrita, that he also experienced many challenges, but Prabhupada was such a devotee of Krishna, absolute faith in Krishna, that he was able to completely dedicate himself, and he was able to inspire millions of people. He's continuing to inspire. He's the life force of ISKCON. And he said to cooperate. And I'm seeing that manifesting here in Naperville. You know, we are such a tiny little center in the whole ISKCON world, and thinking in terms of Krishna's creation, we are insignificant, nothing, little living entities living in one corner of Krishna's creation. But each and every one of you, you are so precious. Just as we are glorifying Srila Prabhupada, I would like to respect and honor each and every one of you, those who are here, who are not here. And I was reading Prabhupada Maharaj's, His Holiness Prabhupada Maharaj's offering. What touched me deeply was he saying, he will always serve this mission, irrespective of the fact of whether it is favorable or unfavorable circumstance. And each and every one of us, we have experienced favorable and unfavorable circumstances, but we are here because of Srila Prabhupada, and we are all dedicated to Srila Prabhupada. This is unique to ISKCON. And so once again, in this occasion, is coming together and dedicating our lives, and once again, thinking about it, is introspecting and offering everything to Srila Prabhupada. Every life will be successful. Everything will be successful. And I just wanted to thank you all once again. And thank you, Srila Prabhupada, for giving us this opportunity to be here together to glorify you. And now we can... Oh, one more? Yeah, just...
I think
Dhananjay Prabhu was... He was
actually spreading out the messages.
Okay, here, please go ahead, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna everybody, Nam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Yatanamani Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Prachati Deshatamani. In fact, I can go on and on speaking about Srila Prabhupada, and in fact everybody else also. We have millions of stories around the world, and we have read and we have met people with their own experiences. Here, in this very present, in this assembly, we have one such soul, Gautam Ovidio. Can I please request you to just stand? Is a Gautam Ovidio. Hare Krishna. Can you please come over here? And he, if I tell you that he deals with notorious gangsters and murderers and all that, you may be worried what is his post. Some of them, I just to inspire the story, I shared with everybody. Ravi is one of those guys. He came for the lunch prasad one day and he waited to meet him because his day off is on Tuesday. He every Tuesday comes to take prasadam for the entire week, keeps it in the refrigerator and takes his share of that day and then has it. And that's how he is. For the last 1 year, he has turned to be pure vegetarian. And he is the part of his Mataji's Bhagavatam class students, perhaps, that is online classes. He takes that. Every time he comes on Tuesday,
oh, I am in 5th canto, this and this. Chitraketu story, can you imagine that? And for your information, he is born in Romania. As Srila Prabhupada taught me, is no barriers like caste, creed, color, or whatever it is, again a bodily concept. Forgetting all that aside, this is one great soul. We can just to exemplify the potency of Srila Prabhupada, even after so many years of his physical presence, and despite of the disappearance after that, he made the devotion so easy. When he say Krishna, as if I speak about Soka Krishna Prabhu, means I know him, I have interacted with him. Like that, he just said, so Krishna means Krishna. Other person will be so much convinced the way he was speaking about. And that was the story. When he ate an orange and he spat out those seed, seeing that one person became a devotee. So like that is every act, everything is a deed or is a talk, everything made millions of devotees into Krishna consciousness, because he made Krishna as an easy, accessible commodity. He did not make, because so many, they will say, Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru, that is Lord Sri Krishna. He founded the society for the same Krishna by his name, International Society for Krishna Consciousness. We have seen many institutions named after their own gurus' names. Or he or a person, individual has established the name of that particular society after their name. I don't need to mention, you all know that. So this is the great one, another, so many out of hundreds and thousands of qualities of Srila Prabhupada. This is one. Anyway, I won't like to take more time. I would like to just make bottom overview. He works in the correction cell herein, and he just even a book distribution also. He just sponsored, and those books he asked us to be putting it in the where is that Leela Shri Mataji, where he made them to be put available for those where is that is if I'm forgetting that he just put about 100 and odd books like that. No, 28 books to put in auspice. Then was price, and then some hotels and motels as you go, and then he just said, no, I would like this to be made available for those people who are about to leave this place, so that they would remember Krishna at the time of leaving the bodies. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Here now I request our bottom Prabhu just to say a few words.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everybody. It all started 2 years ago when I first read the book Self-Realization by Srila Prabhupada, and it all started to make sense. Yes. So ever since then, I started coming to the temple and eating prasada every day and reading Srimad Bhagavatam every day, and I'm still learning a lot about Krishna every day. So thank you so much for your hospitality, and Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Srila Prabhupada, please accept my humble obeisance at the dust of your lotus feet. I am a PhD, and I am lovingly mentioned in all your books as rascal. I had to become a rascal, go through PhD, to come in contact with your sincere servant, who introduced me and my family to your family of ISKCON. I grew up reading Sinbad Adventures, but after reading Leelamrita, you have become my superhero. I reflect on this incident from Leelamrita. When you were at the age of 70, you lay unconscious on a hot summer afternoon on the streets of Delhi after being gored by a bull on your mission to print or distribute books. This and many more adventures and adversities, you endured them, and turn them into opportunities to preach. You mentioned that one should not jump.
Hare Krishna. Krishna Prem Prabhu would like to share some words.
Srila Prabhupada, please accept my humble...
Share about the public because he's going to honor Prashad. This sharing engine.
Okay. Hare Krishna. Actually, I wanted to do this more personal offering to Srila Prabhupada, but because the situation is here, there is offering is going on, I want to share through the medium of you. So forgive me for that. Please accept my sincere obeisances at your divine lotus feet. Prabhupada, you have given the most precious gift that any human being can expect in their life. That is Krishna consciousness. Recently, my parents were visiting and then I was reflecting my life. It is almost 2 decades I have been in US. Then I was wondering what I have gained coming to US, leaving my parents, friends and relatives back in India. So the one thing that first came to my mind is I was fortunate to be getting associated with your organization, and that thought I have really thought, is it a true thought or a sentimental thought? But after going through the start of my life in these 2 decades, standing before you, I can firmly say that yes, coming to the ISKCON, into your family, that is the most wonderful thing that I can think of coming to US. That's what happened. This is when I was in 7th grade, that was the first time I was in ISKCON temple, Bombay, Juhu. That temple itself appeared to me somewhat different from other Hindu temples. The way the deities are decorated, the temple so cleanly kept, because during my experiences during that part of the time in India was not same thing. So those memories still I retain in my heart. Time passed with life, I forgot all those things. And then in 2005, when my wife was working for Microsoft, that's when once again I got in touch with your organization and devotees. In the beginning, in my childhood, by mercy and by loving gesture or by my parents, I was so glad to or gifted to be learning Bhagavad Gita, few chapters, 12th and 15th chapter. But I didn't know who is Krishna. In one sense, what is the essence of Bhagavad Gita? I thought spirituality means something, it's only for highly intellectual people. So fast forward, in 2007, when I was in Pittsburgh, by kind mercy of Pittsburgh devotees, they gave me 2 CDs. That time I was working in Memphis. Every day when I was going to my workplace, I used to listen those CDs. That was almost for a year I did that way. Same CDs, but every time I hear, my appreciation for your teachings has grown day by day. And never you said that spirituality is such a complex thing. It is very simple. If you cannot understand, then it is not spirituality. You made spirituality so simple, even such a dumb guy like me can understand. And fast forward, your disciple, my Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Prabhupada Swami, in spite of my shortcomings, he was kind to initiate me and make part of your family. I am very grateful to you, my Guru, and you. So in this complex and stressful world, I feel like I am saved because of my association and your acceptance into your family. And I hope I will continue my journey with your blessings. And I beg your mercy to give me wisdom and determination so that I can be a tiny instrument in your preaching mission. Your insignificant servant, Krishna Premadas. Thank you very much. I think next, Amrutakeli Mataji, I think. Anyway, since we have time, if anybody want to share, please feel free. It need not be very formal. Whatever your heart speaks, please come.
I'll just take 2 minutes. Hare Krishna. I am so fortunate to be in this occasion. I'm thinking about a few years ago when I used to sit for Srila Prabhupada's Vyasa Puja. I used to count 1, 2, 3, 4, and then few people come with their prasadam 1 or 2, and then Dhananjay Paddu used to cook and then offer something to Srila Prabhupada. That's all we used to do. Now what is the change? So how did that happen? Srila Prabhupada's books, right? So there's a great appreciation from my heart. I don't know, I don't read books much, but I hear a lot. But a hearing makes my heart cry because of Srila Prabhupada's books. That's what I am thinking. And I have few experiences with Srila Prabhupada. I was not even there when Srila Prabhupada was there anyway. I was maybe just born. My experience with Srila Prabhupada was 2 years ago, a year ago I went to Vrindavan. When I read the offering from my Guru Maharaj, he said, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he goes to the place, he took the earth, he ate that and he took that earth. And Jayaprakash Maharaj did the same thing. What does he do? All the time, even today he is in a kind of a very serious condition. No matter what, in an ICU, okay, he reads, he preaches from an ICU. What is the determination? He got it is because Srila Prabhupada's empowerment. I don't have that. But I am looking at his disciple, I am inspired. Okay? And then how I came to Krishna consciousness is just because of khichdi, what I ate in Bangalore. So you can see, read books and understand so many things, but practically, Prabhupada's movement, prasadam, dancing, and then feasting. Right? Only 3 things which will make us come to ISKCON. And think about the feasting, whatever had we took couple days ago, yesterday and the day before yesterday. No matter what, all those people will come, eat prasadam, sit here and glorify Srila Prabhupada. This is a guarantee. And this is my just realization. The another one I say is, a year ago I went to Vrindavan. What I saw, every day I was to sit and hear kirtan in the evenings. I am a kirtan lover, no matter what. So I go everywhere here. But in front of Radha Shyam Sundar in Vrindavan, just hear the kirtan, oh my God, I felt, how can Prabhupada leave this place, Vrindavan, and get out to come to West and do something here? I felt like the holy name is none other than Vrindavan holy name, which is Krishna's holy name. Prabhupada brought here for all of us, no matter what. I felt like, wow, this holy name is only coming from Vrindavan. I felt like that. Then another experience I had, see, only thing is I don't do much, but at least I want to serve, okay? I read and so many lectures say you become Dasa Dasanudas. That's all I know. I don't know much. But how to become Dasa Dasanudas, I don't know yet. But I had one desire. Oh, you know what? They are taking Srila Prabhupada in a parikrama in the temple, in Vrindavan temple. Just after the Guru Puja, he goes around the parikrama. I had one desire. How can I have, why don't I have that also for me, At least one day I want to serve Srila Prabhupada. Few days later, I used to go to, as I said, only thing is, that's what I do. I go and look for wherever prasadam is. Every afternoon, I used to go have prasadam in that big, which is served to all of the devotees. I also go there. It's a big dining hall, eat there. One person, he looks at me, I'll give him a coupon, he'll look at me, he'll smile. That's all he does. I don't know what was that connection. I have no idea. But I had a desire that I want to Srila Prabhupada. He is a devotee, he is a brahmachari in the temple serving. When I went there, after a week, I was staying for a couple of weeks, but after a week looking at me, I stood in the Tulsi Arati one day in the morning, and after that I just went near the altar. The Vyasa Puja, the Guru Puja was done. He called me, do you want to serve Srila Prabhupada in the parikrama? Do you want to take him? Of course, I did not happen. Why? Because another devotee came, oh, you know what, I already promised him. That doesn't matter. But the thing is, if you really want to serve Srila Prabhupada, he will make all arrangements. That means you should have that sincerity and desire to serve Guru and Krishna, everything will happen. Another thing is, just hearing Prabhupada's purports, katha, we are all developing love of Krishna. How is it possible? Because he is a pure devotee of Krishna. That's the only thing. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you so much for allowing me to share a few words of gratitude for Srila Prabhupada. My dear Srila Prabhupada, please accept my most humble obeisances at your divine lotus feet. I'm very, very grateful for your unlimited compassion with which you have given all of us this most treasurable gift of Krishna consciousness, in spite of all kinds of disqualifications that I can name off. You directly address the concerns of my heart through your books, teachings, and a wonderful devotee's guidance and association that I have been blessed with because of your causeless mercy. You have given us your teachings, which are protecting not only us, but generations to come. Your selfless service combined with your undeterred determination and faith in the order of your Guru Maharaja is something which inspires me every single day to keep trying and never let go of the shelter of Guru and Krishna, whatever may happen. I'm eternally grateful for your love and presence in my life, which is changing not only the immediate family, but beyond. I have been meditating for some time on your wonderful disciples who have been living their life with the principle of Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chittate Koriya Aikya. I started to understand that it is only possible because of the unlimited love that you gave them and the way they have received it with their hearts filled with gratitude and indebtedness. I humbly seek your continued blessings and love for me to strive to apply that in my life, to make the desire of my heart as one with the words of my spiritual master, and serve my Guru Maharaja and the devotees in this wonderful community in their service to you. And just some personal appreciation, as we have been hearing for the last 2-3 months about the Janmashtami festival. Many other devotees spoke. I just want to share my realization of it. I was completely overwhelmed with the planned 2-day celebration and like the number of people who are going to be attending. But somehow, just the words from Leelamrita again, if Prabhupada is there, anything is possible. And when he is there, he can literally bring Krishna's reciprocation there. And just seeing last 2 days, Mataji mentioned cooperation. I could literally see each and every devotee, so much devotion and so much commitment and so much dedication. I was filled with so much joy in seeing such a wonderful community that I could not sleep even after the midnight arti. It's so joyous and it's so heart-filling to be blessed to be in this wonderful community. I thank each and every one of you for the part that you are playing for my faith in Srila Prabhupada and his disciples and this philosophy to increase each day by day. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
And this Pushpanjali time, and we are going to start right away.
Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya 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 Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Let's assemble everyone here. Shatrupa conch is missing. Because they're going to do art.
Hare Krishna. We can all please come a little closer. So now, yeah. We can repeat after once.
Timirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshu Urmilitam Ena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swa Padantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Namavo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirbhisesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine Namavo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Iti Namine Shri Varshavanivi Devi Dayitaya Kritabdaye Krishna Sambandha Vijnana Dayine Prabhave Namaha Madhuryojvala Premadya Shri Rupanuga Bhaktida Shri Gaurakarna Sakti Vigrahaya Namostute Namaste Gauravani Shri Murtaye Dinatarine Rupanuga Viruddha Apasiddhanta Dvantaharine Namo Gaurakishoraya Sakshat Vairagyamurtaye Vipralamba Rasambode Padambojayate Namaha Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Satchidanandanamine Gaura Shakti Sarupaya Rupanuga Varayate Gaura Vidbhava Bhumesvam Nirdeshta Sajjana Priyaha Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Shri Jagannadaya Te Namaha Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahavadanya कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्यं नमामि भक्त शक्तिकं हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते जायतां सुरताओ पंगो मम मंद मतेर्गति मत्सर्वस्य पदाम्बोजौ राधा मदनमोहन दिव्यात् बृन्दारण्य कल्पद्रुमादः श्रीमद्रत्नागर सिंहासनस्थो श्रीमद्राधा शीलगोविन्ददेवो प्रेस्तालिभिः सेव्यमानौ स्मरामि श्रीमान् व्यासरसारम्भी वंशीवत ततस्थितः कर्षन् वेणुस्वने गोपी गोपीनाथ श्रीयसुनः तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृंद. Now I'm going to say Srila Prabhupada Pranam Mantra 3 times. After finishing one time, you can offer one part of your flowers and then the second time and the third time. Okay? Namavam Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine Esha Pushpanjali Namavam Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine Esha Pushpanjali Namavam Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशधारिणे एष पुष्पांजलि.
Vande Guru Shri Sharanaravinda.
Vande Guru Shri Sri Vahana Tanalitanana Mahaprabhuti Saranita Gita Madhya Madhya Manasura Sena Romancha Pampa Sutaranga Bhajo Aruga Srila Gunarupanama Vande Guru Chaturvasu Bhagavat Prasado Madhya Lila Pritaiva Trete Vajrasadaiva Madhuri Vindaguru Sri Sharananavinda
Shri Radhe
माधवयो माधुर्यलीला प्रतीक्षणा वन्दे गुरो
वन्दे गुरु श्री यस्य प्रसाद भगवत साधो यस्य प्रसाद भवति गायन्तु वां तस्यास्य सुसंज्ञां वन्दे गुरु विष्णुपराय कृष्णकृष्णाय श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी जय श्री कृष्ण भक्तवेदा जय श्री कृष्ण Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasari Gaura Bhakta Veda Jaya Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasari Gaura Bhakta Veda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Shama Sundara Re Jaya
लीला प्रविष्ट जय विष्णुपाद परमांश परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शतक हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस अपने चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। नित्य लीला प्रविष्ट जय विष्णुपाद परमांश परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शतक हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस श्री श्रीमद भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत गौड़ी वैष्णव भक्त वृंद की जय। नामाचार्य हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। ISKCON बीबीटी फाउंडर आचार्य श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरी गोवर्धन की जय। वृंदावन मधुरा धाम की जय। मायापुर नवदीप धाम की जय। अयोध्यापुरी धाम की जय। पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय। श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्र महारानी की जय। गंगा मई की जय। यमुना मई की जय। भक्ति देवी तुलसी महारानी की जय। देयर लॉर्डशिप श्री श्री राधा माधव राधा श्याम सुंदर राधा वृंदावन चंद्र सालग्राम जी लक्ष्मी हरिप्रिय स्वामी गौर निताय पंचदत्त भगवान की जय। श्री श्री किशोर किशोर की जय। ऑल ग्लोरीज टू assembled devotees Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees Hare Krishna. All glories, all glories, all glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga. Srila Prabhupada की जय। श्री श्री राधा श्याम सुंदर की जय। समन्वय भक्त टेम्पल की जय। समवेद भक्त वृंद की जय।
Worship yourself. Hare Krishna.
नमस्ते नरसिंहाय blown away by all the prasadam there. Calmly. Okay. Mahaprasade Govinde Nama Brahmine Vaishnave Swalpa Punyavatam Rajan Vishwasho Naiva Jayate Sarira Vidya Jal Jadendriya Tahekal Jive Fele Vishaya Sagare Tara Madhya Jivati Lobo Moishu Durmati Taki Jeta Katina Samsare Krishna Bolo Dayamoy Kori Bare Jiva Jai Swaprasad Anna Dhilobai Se Annamrita Bhav Sri Sri Radha Krishna Gunaga Preme Rakho Shri Chaitanya Nitai Jai Nimai Jai Nitai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Shri Shri Radha Madhav Radha Shyam Sundar Prabhupada Mahaprasadam ki